Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Henry Ford. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a minute. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you don't celebrate those, then I hope you enjoyed your celebration of whatever you celebrate during that time. And if you didn't celebrate anything at all, then I hope you had a good day regardless. But Take an Action are back here in 2025 to do exactly what we were named for. Take action. Now, I've been meaning to get to talking to you guys again about, an update to the journey so far. And to be honest, a lot of things have happened from the last episode, if you want to call it an episode. For one thing, I got sick. Another thing, the holidays came around. And then at that point, I was just plum tuckered out all the time. And that's what we're going to talk about today, partially. Is the fact that I kind of fell off the horse a bit. And I'm not going to say I fell completely off the horse, because I am and have been still keeping up with some things. But I haven't quite had that 100% energy to myself. And an important thing to note is if you don't have 100% of your energy available, then how are you going to raise your energy to get stuff done? You can't. You have to recharge. And it's important to recharge. And it's something to remember, because if you try to push yourself and you don't have the battery or the energy for it, you're just going to end up collapsing in a puddle on the floor, because you don't physically have the energy, mentally or physically. Typically it's physically first, but depending on who you are, it can hit you mentally first. What is this? Oh. Got it. Okay, anyways. So, I was doing really well at the beginning. I told you guys that I felt like I could take on the world and that nothing was going to stop me. And that was true. But at the same time, that was my 100%. That was the moment that I had all of my energy to spend. And as we went forward through this journey, there's other things to go through. Experiences and of different things. It gets more difficult because you're spending the energy over time. And time is not something that you can get back. Trying to collect my thoughts here, and also try to find a bear off at the same time. So, I was at that 100%, and then there he is. I started to fall off, and that became increasingly apparent because, as I've stated, I haven't made an episode in a hot minute. And so here we are. I'm making the episode because I learned that a good friend of mine was watching these videos, and they said that these videos have actually really helped pull them out of a rut that they felt like they've been in for a very long time. And that is exactly why I'm making these videos, because I want to pull you guys out of their rut. I want to get you moving and, you know, starting your journey bettering yourself, because it'll just make you happier in the long run. And, sorry, I keep going back on myself so many times. So, recapping the lesson from the very beginning here, because it's 2025. It's a brand new lesson to remember, especially if you're new here. If you have no clue, this is your first time seeing this series, you have no idea what's going on. This series is all about bettering yourself and taking action, and talking about my life as well. Not in super detail, because I want to keep things relatively private, but, you know, lessons that we can share and learn from together. Those are the kinds of things that I want to share with you guys. So, I also need to remind you that I have difficulty focusing on multiple things going on at one time. So trying to speak while fighting this bear off is quite difficult for me, and I'm doing the best that I can. So if you see me getting my ass absolutely handed to me, that is why. Because, you know, I am going to explain a little bit of something. So, fighting the bear off. If I'm fighting the bear off, then my brain is turning off on having a conversation. So I could end up just going into an entire ramble and eventually not even realize what I'm talking about anymore. Whereas the opposite, if I'm focusing on the conversation of what I'm saying, then I'm more than likely going to take a bunch of hits from the bear off. So I have to keep going back and forth with essentially switching my brain on and off to different settings. So please forgive the lack of I don't want to say perfection. It's not a thing I want to talk about, because perfection is not realistic. I guess my lack of expertise. Because realistically, I am here to play the game and enjoy it, but at the same time, my main focus is to have a conversation. And as long as that conversation persists, the longer I will continue to do quests for. I also didn't explain that the plan is to just go through all of the quests in a row that I can, regardless of if it's a mainline quest or if it's an optional. Because I always relatively have a decent amount to talk about, so we'll see. So anyways, let's go back to where we were in the first place here. So I was at my 100%, top of the world, started losing my energy, and I did talk about that in one of my episodes. And I've come to realize, sleep is really, really important. Because when I was talking about that, not having that energy, sleep gives you that energy. And if you don't sleep right, you're gonna have less energy in your day to work with. You're gonna tire out more, you're gonna, if you get your social battery drained quickly, your social battery's gonna drain even faster. So, you need to take care of yourself with getting some good sleep. And, I need to take that lesson to heart myself, because I've been staying up way too late, and that's a personal goal that I've been trying to work on, is bettering my sleep schedule so that I can feel better. Because I come home from work and I don't want to do anything that isn't low energy because I don't have the energy to spend on anything else. I just want to, sit there on the couch, play a video game, or listen to music. Basically anything that doesn't require me to get up and move, or move around too much, because my body's had it. I'm spent. We don't want to be spent. Okay, that's not entirely true. We do want to be spent, but we don't want to be spent after having a good day. We want to use that energy on positive things, such as going out with friends, or making a nice meal for yourself, something that you can really enjoy, and something that gives you happiness. Don't be the hunter getting shoulder checked by a bear all the time, because that's what's going to happen when you're not sleeping. You're going to be that hunter getting shoulder checked by a barrel. Do you want to be shoulder checked by a barrel? I don't think so. I don't think anybody wants to be shoulder checked by a barrel. But, that's what we do to ourselves. We purposely stand up in front of that barrel, and we let him shoulder check us. Why? Because we don't want to do anything. We don't have energy anymore. We've already spent it. So get some sleep. And again, huge reminder to myself, because I really need to take that to heart. And I really need to do better. But I have perfect opportunity. Damn. But yeah, sleep needs to be had. Not for you alone, but for me as well. And that is half of the reason why I've not been putting out episodes. The other half is I have been obsessed with a video game called Sea of Stars that I'm absolutely in love with. It may be probably my second favorite game series or game franchise of all time. If it does become a franchise, I don't know. I don't want to get too caught up into that. But if you do enjoy a deep story with interesting characters and just a wonderful overall narrative, music, colors. It's JRPG style with turn-by-turn combat, but they got some mechanics in it that make it really fun. Go check it out if you like making yourself happy with video games in that kind of style, because it is totally worth it. It will change your life, in my opinion. There's a lot of deep lessons that you can actually take to heart and apply to your own life, really, because there's things that we experience in life that we take for granted, and I think it does a really good job on touching on that. But anyways, so I'm going on and on about sleep. So the other thing with Sea of Stars. So that's another thing we can talk about is obsessions. When you get obsessed with something, it takes over, right? Just completely takes over a majority of your life. It doesn't take over all of your life unless you really let it, and at that point you need to seek some help of some kind, because that is not healthy. You will go down a very bad path. You will not eat right. You will not sleep well. You're gonna get health problems. If you're going through some sort of obsession that you feel is incredibly unhealthy, if this is your wake-up call, please do something about it. I'm not a professional, so take my advice with a grain of pepper, because it's a little bit bigger than a grain of salt. But yeah, do yourself a favor and fix that as soon as possible. It's okay to like something, but to compulsively obsess over something
Oh,
to the
hey.
point where you're not treating your body well,
Glad you're back.
that's a problem.
Oh,
That
don't worry.
needs to be
I
fixed
found a safe
right
place
away.
for the scholars to hide. I guess I'll go round them up. Wait for us back at camp.
You there. Are you part of the Fifth Fleet?
I'm gonna let them talk.
Then that means the Elder Crossing is upon us again. The years fly by faster than I can count them. I too am a hunter of the First Fleet. Might I trouble you to share your tale with me? Let's find a suitable place. So, my old friends are well. Praise be. It sounds like the good scholars are as incorrigible as ever. Might I ask, are you tracking the monster that dropped that massive slag? I as well. It seems so easy. Follow the trail, find the truth. Well, it has been a pleasure. Nearby you will find my camp. I trust it will be of some avail to you and the others. Please pass a message on to the commander that I am safe. But a force compels me on, and I intend to see where it takes me. If you too feel so compelled, then we will cross paths again at the end of all of this.
Was that who I think it was?
All right. Got some good stuff. Maybe I can make some new armor. So let's see, what else can we talk about?
Okay.
We touched on sleep.
Head to the Wildspire
We
Waste
touched
immediately.
on touched a little bit on obsession. I don't think we really need to go too much more into obsession. I'm pretty sure I covered it pretty well there. I mean, and the essence of obsession is liking something a bit too much.
Want something making?
I wouldn't say I was obsessed with the game. You know, I put in a few hours on the daily for a little bit, but it's not like I couldn't break away from it to go eat or to talk to somebody or, you know, do chores. You know, I could set it down, take a break. It's not like it was that big of an issue. I just say I'm obsessed because it's a good way to let people know as a phrasing that I just really like something a lot. So, yeah. Let's not be hunters standing in the way, waiting for Baroths to hip check us or shoulder check us in the face. That is the lesson that I want you to take away from this, especially if you play Monster Hunter. So I got a new upgrade, which is sick. Can I make any new armors from the barrel? I am missing pieces. Yeah, it's all barrel pieces. So unless I get something from, I don't know, another barrel just being in the area or something, or I get that boulder bone, I won't be making any new armor at this time. So, I can't really think of anything else to talk about right now. So I suppose I will catch you guys in the next conversation. See you later.